Close your eyes. It is a gray morning in Greenwich, England, and the bells of a riverside palace echo across the Thames. The year is 1533, and a daughter has just been born to the King of England and his controversial second wife. She will not inherit a throne, at least, not yet. Instead, her life will begin in a swirl of suspicion, politics, and shifting alliances. Her name is Elizabeth, daughter of Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. You are there, in the damp, perfumed corridors of Tudor power, where nothing is permanent except change. The walls are covered in velvet and tapestries, the floors creak with the weight of servants and secrets, and the very air smells of candle wax and rosewater. You are not looking at a queen. You are looking at a girl who may not live past adolescence, because to be born a princess in the Tudor court was never a guarantee of anything. Elizabeth's early life is marked not by privilege, but by a constant sense of precariousness. She is declared illegitimate before her third birthday after her mother, Anne Boleyn, is executed on trumped-up charges of adultery, incest, and treason. One moment she is a princess, the next a bastard. You grow up with her tucked into rooms far from court, under the care of distant servants and governesses. Books are her only reliable companions. Latin, Greek, French, and Italian fill her hours. She reads Cicero and Plato when other children are playing with dolls. Her handwriting is careful, elegant, and even at a young age, her letters are peppered with sharp wit. But learning is not simply encouraged, it is armor. Every lesson is a shield against the world that views her as disposable. When her father remarries again and again, Elizabeth learns to watch, not act. The court is dangerous. Favor rises and falls with the sun. Executions are as common as banquets. And though she is not in line for the throne, she is still a daughter of Henry VIII. That means something, and it always will. At age 9, Elizabeth witnesses the death of her father's third wife, Jane Seymour, and the birth of her half-brother Edward. He is a boy, a prince, a Protestant, and a future king. And for now he is safe, but safety, like favor, is fleeting. When Henry VIII dies in 1547, Edward becomes king at the age of 9. The kingdom is ruled by regents, and Elizabeth, now 14, is swept into the household of her stepmother, Catherine Parr, the final wife of Henry VIII. At first, it is peaceful. Catherine is kind, scholarly, and protective, but then Thomas Seymour arrives. Handsome, ambitious, and dangerously charming, Seymour is Catherine Parr's new husband, and soon his attention turns toward Elizabeth. He begins entering her rooms early in the morning, tickling her, slapping her backside, and making suggestive jokes. You're there, imagining the silence of the room, the awkward glances, the confused laughter. Elizabeth does not scream or cry. She observes, she learns. Eventually, Catherine dies in childbirth, and rumors swirl around Elizabeth. Was she complicit? A seductress? A victim? Historians still debate the nature of that relationship, but one thing is clear. Elizabeth's understanding of power, especially male power, becomes more complex. She learns to survive not by confrontation, but by silence. She stays still when others speak too soon. By 1553, everything changes again. Edward VI dies of illness at age 15. Before he goes, he names Lady Jane Grey, his Protestant cousin, as heir, bypassing both Mary and Elizabeth. Jane is queen for just 9 days before Mary, daughter of Catherine of Aragon and Henry VIII's eldest child, raises an army and takes the throne. Now, Queen Mary, the first known to history as Bloody Mary, begins restoring Catholicism to England. Elizabeth, a Protestant symbol, becomes a threat. You are with her in the Tower of London. She is 20 years old, sitting in a cold stone room with damp floors and barred windows. She has been accused of plotting against her sister. There is no evidence, only fear. She is interrogated, watched, followed. For weeks, her future is uncertain. She might die, just like her mother, but she doesn't. She is released, but not pardoned. Elizabeth learns again, loyalty is conditional. Silence is strength. Patience is power. When Queen Mary dies in 1558, Elizabeth ascends the throne at the age of 25. The girl once declared illegitimate now wears the crown. And when she does not forget the years of uncertainty. Her coronation is grand but cautious. She rides through the streets of London on a white horse, smiling, waving, careful not to promise too much. The people cheer, but no one knows what kind of queen she will be. Not yet. But she knows. She has waited. Watched. Learned. She knows what happens to women who trust too quickly. And she has no intention of being ruled by any one man or otherwise. And here we pause because the question now is not whether Elizabeth will survive. She already has. The question is how she will rule. How will a woman, born illegitimate, raised in fear, and trained in silence, rise to become one of the most powerful monarchs in English history?